flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat adrift on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered, deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow, surrender softly, let it flow, and lose yourself in the dark moon radio.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio Show. Here we go again. It's a Monday morning. It's a bit of a chilly day today. Oh, it's been a dramatic weekend. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But how you doing? You got yourself a cuppa? Okay, just checking my levels, making sure radio works. That's the main thing. Let's double check whether YouTube works. Hello, YouTubers. This is the broadcasting live from the waterways here, and so it's a little hectic sometimes. It's a little chaotic. Dear, I got no sound yet. There we go. Okay. Yes, we have YouTube. Okay. We are all ready to go.
Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio. Let's get real.
Let's get real. Well, It's been a very real weekend. It has indeed. We moved the boat. Now, moving the boat can be a very simple thing. You know, moving the boat is, we've got to do it every 2 weeks. So it becomes sort of second nature. You just get on with it. Right? Cat's got to go in the box, you know, because he throws himself overboard unless um, he can swim really well. And way, way back, a few years ago now, yes, I just shut him in and he got out and he just jumped overboard and he got shocked more than anybody else. So we don't do that anymore. So he goes into his little box when we move. And that's fine. He's quite happy, curls up, goes to sleep. But the wind, yes, it got windier and windier and windier. And yes, bumping into things. So we didn't get very far. Ah, dear. So I was going to take some video. I like putting video up of as we move, you know, just a 2-minute little video reel. How we move, chugging along on a Sunday afternoon. If you go onto TikTok, there's loads of them there. You'll probably find a few on the YouTube channel too. So I was all planning to do that, but best made plans of mice and men, yes. So the wind was just too much. We couldn't actually go in a straight line. The engine's pretty good, but there's not. So I pulled it over, moored up, thought, right, let's go get some shopping. Let's go and get some stuff for the week. Came back about an hour and a bit later, and the boat had drifted off the mooring. So you put 2 pins in. So these pins I think pins are the wrong, it's not necessarily, they're big iron bars with pointed ends and a loopy on the other end. So it's more like it's a pin, I suppose, but yeah, it's I suppose an acupuncture needle is known as a pin, but well, needle, but this is a big steel bar, and there was 2 of them pointing the other each in a direction with a rope, and that had managed to get pulled out. And luckily, the back one was still in when we arrived, but only just. And the dog was howling inside. It was like he was most upset. He doesn't howl very well. He's not a very good howler. But the boat had managed to drift right the way across, apart from the back. So the back had stayed, the stern, as they call it, had stayed put and just swung round, and the wind had just sort of wedged it. So we went with the wind. Went with the flow. And I was ready to get into the water because it was a bit far out and it was a bit shallow in places. But my partner managed to tug it all the way around. And then I got on. Finally, I got on the boat and was up and down, pulling the old pins out of the water that was still attached. Thank goodness. Losing those would have been a pain. And then we now are facing the other direction, for the direction we just came from, which we'll sort out. But yeah, we just, for a couple that don't work together often, we just worked together and got it all sorted. But that was my adventure yesterday, and it was like, okay, afterwards you just sit down and just breathe. It's all sorted, yeah. So we lit a fire and we cooked a meal, and yeah, this is what we do. We just deal with stuff and get over it. It was quite fun, really. But yeah, let's play a song. Let's play a wealth song. I could do with a little bit of some pennies. Couldn't watching the diesel prices go up and up and up. Yes, I'm living in England. I'm on the canals. The diesel prices are going up and up and up. 161. I put 20 quid in the other day, and already it's 164. Yeah. So comments about that, I imagine. I'm not going to join in. I'm just going to roll my eyes a lot and go, well, I could do with some pennies. So let's have a wealth song. Let's have a spell for wealth.
As I listen to these sounds and see shapes in my mind, pathways I rise intentions align with golden thread, my breath so still. I call abundance to meet my will. No force is needed, no greedy pull. The flow arrives when my heart is full. Money moves where clarity grows, golden doors open, and opportunity flows. With every loop, the spell takes hold, not bought, not borrowed, but wisely bold. With every loop, the spell takes hold, not bought, not borrowed, but wisely bold. Aligned with truth and grounded in grace, prosperity finds its rightful place. Round and round the spiral my work through shadowed doubts and past old toils. I rise in worth, I claim my space. Wealth walks towards me at its pace. I rise in worth, I claim my space. Wealth walks towards me at its pace.
Yes, that was a wealth spell. I write all my own here. I'm not really much of a musician, but I'm learning. I was experimenting with bits and pieces. But the words are all mine. So the poetry, I'm a bard, if you like, a pagan bard. I did my pagan bardry at Avebury a few years back, but I've been writing poetry basically most of my life. So I've got reams and reams of the stuff. And putting it into music is a new form for me, but I like it. I like it a lot. It gives me a chance to be really, really creative. I take my music from Pixabay, which has an agreement with YouTube, say their copyright stuff. So it'll always come up with copyright, but it's agreed that I'm allowed to use it as long as I'm not standalone. So I'm allowed to blend it. And thank you very much, Pixabay. I always appreciate their work because it's given me a way into this. Now, I would very much like to start creating my own. However, I think people who do music do it for decades. Like, it's going to take me a long time. But maybe if I can play a bit with GarageBand and just blend some beats to this, then I would be creating my stuff rather than borrowing someone else's, which I do appreciate. But it's like, let's make it more mine. But you can weave frequency in with the words. And that's what I love. Broadcasting from the Witch's Waterways. You're inside the circle now. You're inside the circle now. This is the circle. Now we're broadcasting off-grid, so things are a little bit rough every now and again. And that's life. It's going to be life. Today we've got minimal power for the internet. I've got backups, but the internet is the main thing I can't back up. So we're just, the power for it is like, it will last. It should just last the show. Fingers crossed. You never know, but we are here and we remain. We do. We're going to do this. We're going to be here every 8 till 10 in the morning, and it will be replayed during the afternoon on the radio. Check out my radio, darkmoon.rocks. That's the website, can take you to the radio. It is live 24/7. You've got all kinds of podcasts and all kinds of meditations, and all my stuff has a little bit of hypnosis in it. All my stuff has subliminals in it, all to self-empower, to make you feel good, right? All of it, because I feel that's important. Let's self-empower ourselves to walk with shadow, in the shadow, walk with power, inner power, remembered power, however you want to put it. It's just important that we are here and we remain, because things are in the way right now. They're trying to erode us. Erode us all, sort of, be it financially, emotionally, and it's like, nah, I'm not going to stand for it. We're just going to stand. So here we are, and here we stand.
Our ways are changing, being changed and reformed by turning within. The outer land is transformed. Old England speaks to us on a cold and misty morn. The magic is still found in every dawn. Let yesterday speak to tomorrow through you, and find connection in the present that rings true. Our ways are changing, being changed and reformed by turning within. The outer land is transformed. In hedgerow and hollow, in river and fen, through inner seeking, the old ways are calling us to begin and write ourselves anew on history's page. The standing stones remember what we've forgotten. The oak trees still whisper secrets unforgotten. In hedgerow and hollow, in river and fen, the old ways call us to begin once again. Walk softly on the earth our ancestors knew. It's here and now we hear the sound of the echoes of the past, memory in its ancient bound. We are one with the earth and the sky. Celebrate and cheer as the clouds field and forest, every buried stone. So listen to the wind across the moor, it carries voices from the days of yore. As the cold goes greater, we rise slowly once more, and in that listening, stirring to our feet, find yourselves remade. A bridge energy flows the light where attention there comes the shade. Here the future grows from seeds the past has sown. We are never truly walking here alone. Old England speaks. If we pause to hear, will know, and we'll find the way ahead. We hear the echoes of the past as it bounces and multiplies. We are here, and we remain.
I love the frequencies on that. Woo! It sounds really good. The headphones. Apparently it sounds better with headphones. I didn't know that. Stick your headphones on. Listen with headphones. It sounds great. Okay. Yeah. Let's settle back. I hope you got a cup of tea or a cup of coffee if you insist. I don't mind coffee. I had a mocha. It was a hot chocolate coffee the other day. That was quite nice. Yeah, I'm coming round to coffee. There was years and years I just couldn't stand the smell of coffee. And now I've tasted it. It's like it's okay. I do enjoy the coffee hit. And talking of hits, let's have a dopamine hit. Though I'm learning. I like learning new stuff. Motivation, reward, prediction, and learning and moving. So I put it into to perplexity. Perplexity AI. And I have to say, it's a lot more efficient than ChatGPT. ChatGPT gets emotional and it hallucinates. I get emotional and I hallucinate. I don't actually need an AI that gets emotional and hallucinates. So let's just learn stuff. Let's use it to sort of learn bits. So motivation reward. It's the classic mood motivation trio: dopamine, serotonin, and yeah, norapine fine. Yeah, all right. Noradrenaline. Okay, that one. Nora. Just Nora. We'll just call it Nora. So we've got dopamine, serotonin, and Nora. So this is the mood and motivation trio. I know, I'm getting educational now, but I like learning stuff. Motivation is the reward, prediction, learning, and movement. Serotonin, mood, sleep, appetite, and anxiety regulation. And then the Nora stuff is the alert, focus, arousal, and stress response. Right, so they work together as a chemical cord. Dopamine says this matters, go get it. Serotonin says I'm okay or not okay. And Nora sets out how awake and on guard you are. So these are not, dopamine is not just for pleasure. It's for motivation and learning. It spikes when you anticipate something meaningful. Right, it helps you push through effort and then reinforces remember this, do it again, or avoid it. It responds to good outcomes, great meal, cozy canal sunrise, learning and learning learning from bad ones. Let's more differently sometimes. Okay, so basically, my windy day wasn't just a drama. My dopamine system is quietly updating things. So, what is good and what is bad? This is scary but survivable. So, yeah, a natural morning dopamine. It's talked a lot about things. So I'm gonna go to where I wrote my story. So if you're settling back now, understand that my stories and hypnosis are hypnotic. So I do not advise you listen to while driving. So if you're sitting on a bus, that's fine, but not while driving or operating heavy machinery. That's my disclaimer, apparently. So let's just land where we are, and it's like, it's safe to do so. You can moor here. Okay, I'm not going to go into things deeply. I'm going to go into the shadow side, and we're just going to be safe and relaxed. So let your shoulders just drop a little. Soft belly, soft jaw. Maybe a little sigh, like steam off the canal, or your breath on a cold morning. Yesterday was a wild one on the water. Big winds, cold, that kind of sideways weather that makes the boat bob and lurch, and remind you that you're not on solid ground. We set off. We set off and it was windy. Whoosh! Couldn't push out, kept pushing back. The wind did not want us to move. Kept pushing us back in. Got to get the front end out of the wind, going nowhere. But we managed to get it out, and we managed to get it going. But ooh, it's not a good angle. Not to the canal. We got to go down the canal, not necessarily getting pushed into the reeds. That's not a good thing. So, just under the next bridge. Why not? We found a sensible space, or so we thought. It's a little shallow. There's no one else moored there. It's always a sure sign that perhaps it's not brilliant. But we moored it up. We took two pins, one going one way, one going the other, with the rope going round it. It's kind of stuck. Should be stuck. And then there's the back mooring. So there's 3 pins holding the boat to the shore. And we leave the dog. The dog doesn't like coming shopping. Leave the cat. He's quite happy fast asleep. And we go shopping. And when we come back, the boat is halfway across the canal. Those two pins facing each other, just came off. And the boat now, the back rope was still connected. Oh goodness. Adrenaline spike. Not as bad as it used to be. I used to have a sort of total panic attack. Stress, anxiety, but no, you learn it's okay. It can be handled. It can be all dealt with. Experience. The brain is telling me it's all right. Think it through. What do we need to do to stay safe? And the dog knows we're out there, so he starts barking and growling and howling. It's not a happy boy. He doesn't howl very well. And the cat looks at us from the stern of the deck. It's a little bit too far out for him to jump across. He just looks. Cats are judgmental, so it says. But he just looks. And he's just aware that, we'll sort it. We're going to sort it. So my partner pulls the boat in a bit. The pin that was holding it all was only just holding it all. I think another 5-10 minutes we'd have had the boat drifting off down the canal. And I'd have had to have gone in the water and swam after it, and it would have been bloody freezing. But that didn't happen. It's amazing how many things don't happen, and our minds just consider these things. It didn't happen. So we pulled the boat in enough. I got on to where the ropes were hanging in the water, rescued the pins, because I really need those pins. Pinned the boat up and settled down, lit the fire. Ah, big relief. So, can you imagine? Imagine it for a minute. You're standing on the boat, the bank, and it's cold in your bones. And your home is out there. It's slightly, like all the way across. It's actually got twigs and sticks on the front where it was on the opposite bank. Not quite why you left it. And you notice what your body does when you picture that. Maybe a little clench in your belly, tightening on your chest or your jaw. Just let it be there. You're only noticing. Not fixing, not fighting. Just ignore the dog if you can hear him. Just observe. Now, remember the stern rope is still on. Something held. You're not starting from nothing. You take a breath in. And on the out breath, just feel that. Something held. I'm not starting from nothing. A partner managed to work with the line. Pull, guide, pull it back. And the boat, so stubbornly, swung all the way back to the shore. Yeah, it's facing the wrong way round, but okay. I didn't have to go into the water. I would never lose the boat. We just ended up facing the other way. Inconvenient, but safe. So let your breath match that slow turn. Inhale the feeling of, oh hell, this is a mess. Exhale the feeling, hang on, it's coming back. We're okay. Nice and gentle. In through the nose, if you can. Things get a bit snotty this time of year. And a longer out breath, sometimes through your mouth. I like it through your nose. Up to you. Your brain loves this bit, by the way. Not the drama, but the part where the story completes safely. Storm, wobble, rote, strain. Then held, turned, settled. As you breathe, imagine the boat finding the bank again. Fenders bobbing against the side. Lines firm, but not straining. The deck steady under your feet. Each exhale, let something in you moor up as well. You don't have to name it, just a sense of There we go. That's better. And then the feeling of it's sorted enough. Your brain gets a little whisper of dopamine. Not a big fireworks hit. Just that quiet, satisfied, ah. The chemistry of, we did a thing, we're safer now, and we can rest. So I wonder if you'd like to do a tiny today thing. Nothing grand, just the smallest action that would feel like tidying your own ropes. It might mean making a proper cup of tea. Please don't use the microwave. Replying to one gentle message. Opening the window to let in a real bit of air. Whatever pops up first, just see yourself doing that later. Something little, a today thing. See it being easy automatically almost. You don't have to hype yourself up. It's just, this is what we do after a storm. We check the lines. We make it cozy again. We light a fire. And notice how your body responds to that image. Maybe your shoulders come down a notch. And the breath gets a little deeper. The mind stops racing quite so hard. Let's take a little breath again. Maybe each one a little mooring of your own nervous system. The storm happened, but I'm still here. Things swung out of place, and they can come back. I don't have to fix everything at once. Just one small line, one thing that I can pin today. And when you're ready, you can bring a bit of movement back. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe roll your shoulders. Look around your actual space right now. Let your eyes find one thing that feels like solid ground to you this morning. Mine's my cup of tea. I also do love watching the cat sleep. His little face, he's quite happy and peaceful. Remember, your brain loves familiar patterns and tiny steps. Storm, warble, settle. That's the rhythm, and you've done it before, and you will do it again. And for today, all you need is that one small thing. Your own little dopamine spritz. To tell your system, we're moored. We're okay. We can face whatever direction we're facing and still move gently on. There we go. Let's play something little bit not so strong, so let's find something. Gardening the unseen. That's a nice gentle one. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old, let the new in. Hands to earth, earth to skin. We are weaving a deep inner dream, while creating order in a vision of green. The chaos of the now will give way to a riot of color and joy someday. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old and let them in. Pull and twist, release the lie. Death feeds life. dies. So we weed this bed of living soil, taking our time with the spring's slow toil.
Earth to skin,
Down on our
pull
knees
the
in our
old,
mother's
let the
grace,
new in.
hat over our eyes, keeping sun from the face. Knees in the dirt, back to the sun, this is how the work gets done. With each pull and twist of what must go, new life stirs, this much we know.
Hands to
Roots
earth,
release,
earth
the old
to
one
skin,
gives in.
pull the
Space
old,
is made
let the
for
new
what
in.
begins. Chaos breaks and order sleeps. Roots remember what the mind forgets. Out of chaos a pattern forms. From broken ground the seed transforms. From death and decay,
Hands
life
to earth,
runs
earth
wild.
to skin,
The soil
pull the
remembers,
old, let the new
fierce,
in.
not mild. Pull and twist, release the lie. Death leads life and nothing dies. A spiral shaped by hands unseen, older than the gods, wiser than the kings. No trumpets
Hands to
blown, no
earth,
ego
earth
sound,
to skin,
just breath
pull the
and
old,
bone
let the new
and
in.
fertile ground. Round and round the spiral goes. What we bury always grows. The circle turns again, again. We lose, we gain, we fail, we mend. As time unwinds without a sound,
Hands to
we
earth,
bury our
earth
hands.
to skin,
We are
pull
found.
the old, let the new in.
No command, no grand design, just the rhyme of seeds and time. We tend, we wait, we trust, we grow. We tend, we wait, we trust, we grow. The circle
Hands to
turns again and
earth,
again. We
earth to
lose, we
skin,
gain, we fail, we
pull the
mend.
old,
As time
let the new
unwinds
in.
without a sound, we bury our hands and we are
Hands
found.
to earth, earth
Out of
to
old
skin,
chaos's patterns
pull
are
the
found. From
old,
broken
let the
ground
new
the seed
in.
transforms. From decay and death, life runs wild. The soil remembers. It's fierce and it's not mild. Hands to earth, earth to
Hands
skin.
to
Pull
earth,
the old,
earth
let the
to
new
skin,
in.
pull the old
the new
and let them in.
Pull and twist, release the lie. Death feeds life, nothing dies.
Hands to earth, earth to skin, pull the old, let the new in.
Bubble, 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 bubble. That's a nice gentle one. If I'm going to send you into a hypnotic trance, I might as well give you something gentle to sort of fade off into. But we're still here. You've got it. You got up today. Maybe that was easy. Maybe it took everything you had. Either way, you did it. Tomorrow is uncertain. Right now is yours. Dark Moon Radio, we see you. We really do. Dark Moon Radio. Find me on darkmoon.rocks and you can listen 24/7. It's a lot of fun. Well, some people say it's a lot of fun. I don't know. What else? We've got the cosmic weather today. We've got the spring equinox coming up on the 22nd. That's couple of days' time. Yeah, everything goes too fast. March goes way too fast. It's like January is so freaking slow, and then suddenly February is over and we're into March. It's like, where's time going? But I think people have, the older they get, they start talking about this. Yeah, okay, so what have we got on the cosmic weather? Well, we've got Ceres. Ceres has moved into Taurus. You didn't know that, did you? Ceres, I think it's another asteroid. Shifting our attention towards nourishment, stability, and the simple rituals that sustain daily life, which fits in very nicely to my story of just because daily life is taking care of things. Nourishment, stables, and the simple rituals. I like that because they are simple rituals. I've got washing up to do, I've got cleaning to do, I've got to clean out the fridge, I've got to clean out all bits and pieces, sort the rubbish out, clean the sinks. Yeah, the floor is looking very muddy. The floor always is. And I think the cat brought in a live mouse somewhere, and we're not sure whether he's eaten it or it's crawled under the sofa to fade away. I don't know. I've got to go underneath the sofa and see what I can find. So these are all rituals that sustain daily life. Ceres speaks to us the way we care for ourselves and for one another. Yeah. So I know lots of people seem to just drift through that part, caring for themselves. I know a lot of guys just sort of turn it all off, the caring for themselves part. And yeah, it's not good. It's definitely not good. Ceres reflects the cycle of nourishment and protection. Oh dear. My phone thinks I'm talking to the Siri. Ceres. Saris? No, I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm talking about Ceres. Oh dear. Reflects the cycles of nourishment, protection, and growth that supports our physical and emotional well-being. Okay. So, what are you doing today to look after you? Right now, some people look after other people. I used to look after 3 kids. I remember those days when everything was dedicated to looking after them. I would say the next week or so, let's look after ourselves, because you can't really look after other people unless you're pretty much strong in yourself. I learnt that one the hard way. When Ceres moves through Taurus, a sign deeply connected to the earth, our body, and our senses, we are reminded of how much what truly nourishes us, and it matters. From March the 15th through to the 28th of May, Ceres in Taurus will encourage us to pay close attention to the foundation of our lives. Health and wellness may come into greater focus. Our relationship with food, rest, and daily habits could become more intentional. Some may feel drawn simply to what they consume, both physically and energetically, paying closer attention to the quality of what they take in and how it supports their long-term well-being. Taurus also governs our material foundations, so questions around financial stability and sustainability may arrive as well. During this time, many people will be motivated to strengthen their financial footing, give more intentionally, or invest their resources in the way they feel grounded and secure. And because Taurus is closely tied to the natural world, there'll also be a growing desire to reconnect with the earth itself, spending more time outdoors, slowing down enough to notice the seasons changing, or simply enjoying the quiet comfort of nature. Ceres in Taurus reminds us that true growth comes through consistency, patience, and care, the steady tending of the soil, so that something meaningful can take root. Nourish what nourishes you. There we go. Okay, I like that. That one is from Penny Shelton. Thank you very much, Penny, on Facebook. Check her out because I don't know who she is, but she does pretty good astrology. She is an astrologist. And yeah, I like where she goes with it. That's pretty cool stuff. So nourish what nourishes you. Okay, well, I'm gonna go off and be a little bit mischievous here and play a song. Chocolate, dark and holy, little altar in a silver skin. Like the coldest, purest water on the hottest, driest day. You touch my tongue, oh, and steal my breath away. First bite, teeth break the velvet seam. A molten hush, a sugared dream, an amber rush of chocolate. Like the coldest, purest water on the hottest, driest day. That first sweet bite of chocolate takes my breath away. It melts against my teeth as I bite a little deep. A sugary explosion that my taste buds rush to meet. It floats across my tongue like a river breaking free. A wave of chocolatey sweetness rolling all through me. It travels through my bloodstream with a happy little hit. That empty but so glorious joy that nothing else can fit. My nervous system sighs and lays its worries down in signals soft of safety. I could almost drown. A warmth fills the hollowed spaces deep inside. The bloodstream, a quiet corridors race. A happy little spreading far and wide. Oh, fleeting is its magic. We all know it too well. That contentment born of chocolate breaks beneath its beautiful spell. The call comes back to haunt us, soft and sweet and sure. One bite was never quite enough, we always hunger more. It isn't real, this rosy glow, this sugar-coated bliss. But life looks so much kinder through a haze as sweet as this. So let the world keep turning with its troubles and its strife. A little square of chocolate makes my life a sweeter little god of bliss and ache, melting me gently deep inside. For sweetness is loving and safe. Chocolate. Well, we gotta nourish ourselves somehow. Gotta be careful with chocolate. It's full of sugar. Yeah, we know it's all full of sugar. And it's not as good as it used to be. You know, they used to have pure stuff. But hey, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's still meant to be good for you, isn't it? Don't know. Can't remember. But yeah, all that stuff about nourish yourself. I don't think they meant chocolate. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they don't. I don't think they meant chocolate. Here we don't pretend it's easy. Dark Moon Radio. No, it's not easy, but chocolate makes it better. Chocolate definitely makes it better. And cup of tea. I like tea. I've gone off sort of the alcohol stuff. I used to just have a bottle of cider every now and again. Cider's good. If you could find some English cider, it's good. It's a nice, refreshing drink. It's sweet. And you can find some dry stuff that's also very good. But it's not for me at the moment. I'm listening to I've never really been able, well, not never really. There was times been able to sort of take a lot of alcohol. A couple of glasses of wine, bleh, I'm done. I'm done. But right now, no, I'm sort of going to slow down on all of that stuff. Trying to be focused and more alive and more aware. And also, yeah, blood pressure doesn't like the alcohol so much. We rise. We keep going and trying to find a better balance. Finding a balance, yeah, it shows you where you're out of balance most of the time. But I always see it like the Taoist, the yin yang symbol, and it's fluid. So you try and keep it within a certain range. You don't go too far over the top. You don't go too far down into the darks. You just try and keep it within a range. It's going to oscillate. It's going to vibrate. It's going to move. But within a range, you can stay healthy. You can stay strong. You can stay focused and fixed. You can get things done. Yeah. There was something about the serotonin thing. I've been trying to push myself to fill in this form, and I've got the form there, got all the information for it. And it's like, I can't make myself do it. And it's like, okay, what is the problem here? There isn't, I can't really find out why I can't get it done, because I'm not getting an answer from my brain. I'm just getting a lot of spluttering and a lot of whining and bitching and moaning. It's not actually giving me a rational reason why it can't fill in this form. Kind of like dealing with a child sometimes, dealing with your own brain. Let's arise. Let's have a little bit more energy, a little bit more power. Let's arise. Forget who you were. There's no need to remember. Those days are gone. Life rose
Arise
up and
and
swallowed you
be
whole.
here
The times
now.
changed fast.
Forget who you were.
The frequency
Let
moved
it
on.
dissolve like smoke on the water.
You rose.
Those
from
days
the
are gone.
dead.
Those days are gone. Life rose up and swallowed you whole, swallowed you
like
whole,
one
and the
who
frequency moved on.
The times have changed and the world
And times
is not
grew
yours.
faster,
You are
faster,
a
and the
reflection
world
of a long
spun
time
loose
past.
from what you knew. You rose from the dead like a newborn. You rose from the dead as a newborn. You walked and
Feel
talked
the different
like one
deep
who knew.
down in the earth and soul.
The world
Your
is not
spirit
yours
needs to
anymore.
drink deeply and dream on. You are so much more than you once were. They tell you you must remember, but all you remember
No, the
is
world
death.
was not yours.
A time that
You
is
are
gone,
a reflection
and a world
of
that
a
has
time
moved on.
long past.
It's time to
Do you
arise.
need to hold back anymore? A shadow standing in an unfamiliar light. The grass is a different shade now. The grass is a different shade. You are out of step. So forget and be now. The land you knew is dead and gone. Arise and be here now. The land you knew is dead and gone. Arise and be here now. Feel the different beat deep down in the earth, deep down in your soul,
down in the
deep
earth and
down
soul.
where the
Your
old
spirit needs to
world
drink
has
deeply
no
and
hold.
You are
Your
so much
spirit
more than you once were.
Drink in the now, dream the now.
But all you
breathe
remember
the
is
now
death.
into your
A time that is gone and a world that has moved on. It's time to arise.
than what you remember, they say. A time that is gone, a world that moved on without you. A world that moved on. So let the dead bury the dead, let the past be the past, let the old names fade away.
down.
Let the
in your
leaves
soul,
of winter
your spirit needs to be deeply and you are someone more than
is dead and gone. Arise and be here now.
time that is
The
gone.
you
In a
that
world
you
that
once
you
knew.
So arise and be here now. Step into this skin. It's new skin. Step into this breath. It's new breath. Step into this moment. Like you were born for it because you will. Because you are. You have moved on and on and on. And so have you. So have you. The grass is a different shade. The beat is a different drum. You are no longer what you were. You are what you are becoming. And walk and talk and now arise and be here now.
You are a
The
reflection
land
of a
you
long
is dead and gone. Arise and be here now. Bit of a muddled one, that one. Yeah, I like the beats in there, but bit muddled. Some of these I do better than others. Some of them just don't appeal at the moment, perhaps. But there we go. Oh, I found something interesting. Where did it go? Here we go. So, Neve. Nine Vive. Nope. Blackthorn, I can pronounce that. Neve. She writes amazing stuff, passionate stuff. She's a water priestess, and I think she's Irish, and she writes passionate things. Now you can feel the passion in her, and I wrote and asked her if she'd like to come on the radio. She said yeah, and I haven't heard from her since. So we'll keep pushing that because I think she has a lot to offer. So with this coming new moon, okay, I feel like we're being guided to let go of the age of Pisces and let in the Aquarian age. Let the actual Aquarian age begin within. We don't need a Virgin Mother or a Pisces age myths anymore, because the Serpentine Mother from the cosmic sea has returned with the code of 13. Don't ask me what that means, because I don't know. But the mother is no longer virginal, she's ecstatic. I never liked the idea of a Virgin Mother. I have to say that sort of concept irritates. It's like a passive Eve sort of thing that the Mary Magdalene is like, oh, she's soft and gentle and never felt the touch of a man and still manages to give birth. It's like, It's a new cosmic era. Let go of the 12 zodiac and let in the Serpentiopagus and the Aquarian water bearer. Absolutely. When I was doing bits of astrology here and there, I did the 13 because 12 doesn't make sense. Water codes of bliss, Kundalini codes of awakening. Let it flow. Okay, let the patriarchy die. The end time's complete. Okay, I don't agree with the patriarchy needs to die. We need strong men to protect us. And we've treated them like shit, so they're not going to anymore. So, okay, women can rise up and protect themselves from the raging hordes. I don't know. It hasn't worked before. Patriarchy and matriarchy fights is not something I'm getting involved in. So, end times complete. That's a very Abrahamic thing. So once these Abrahamic father gods religions fight each other to the death, that's true. It's going to happen, isn't it? They're just either that's going to go on for eternity. It's like all these, Israel, Palestine, Iran, America. It's like, really? I remember reading about this in history. Why is it still going on? Let them finish their Piscean age father god demise. It could end no other way than Christian against Jew against Muslim. Yes, I agree. The same death worship, because death is all the patriarchal God can create. I'm going to disagree with that too, but it is death worship. As pagan, I can see it's all death worship. It's always been death worship. And it's like, but it did bring about the Western world, which brought about the end of slavery, which brought about women's empowerment and basically the protection. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Women are still being screwed over and children are still being trafficked. However, we tried. And I think the patriarchy system tried to make it safe for women. And that shouldn't be just rubbed under the carpet because it didn't work that well in some places. It's a new era, and the Son of God born to a virgin mother in the Piscean age is irrelevant. Fair enough. A holy daughter born of an ecstatic mother is born upon us, the daughter of a goddess born from bliss, from the realm of 13, from the Kundalini flowing from the stars to the earth. Within the hearts and mind, the age of Pisces can be over if we just let it go. And so many people don't want to let it go. People don't understand it. Well, it's this. I like what she says, and I think it's great for a good discussion. Needs a good discussion. People are not necessarily informed about what it all means. Which makes more sense to me. And I think it's an awful lot of shadow projection. So a lot of everybody, not just Christians, Jews and Muslims, are projecting shadows. And a lot of people take on these negative thought forms as if they're gods. And I think that's a problem too. I'm not into the gods sort of thing. The only god I know is left-hand path God of myself. And I'm a flawed God. I'm very much a flawed God. But the divine self within makes far more sense to me than an outside God. Apart from Mother Earth. Mother Earth is pretty much godlike. She creates like lots and lots of bugs and putty tats and puppies. Mostly bugs. But there's a whole balance to it all. And I think we can rage against the storms and we can rage against each other. And people have been doing that for endless amounts of time. It's like, can we just get off it for a bit and give each other a break? Probably not. Ancestors battle.
In sacred groves where druids stood beneath the ancient oak, they wove their spells in whispered verse, in mysteries they spoke. God. For many, many years they learned the lore of stars and stone and flame, until the Romans crossed the strait and nothing stayed the same. On the Holy Isle they raised their hands, and they cursed the crimson tide. But iron met the sacred wood, and all the druids died. Yet the stones still remember what the conquerors destroyed. The wisdom that was silent in that sacred, terrible void. The stone still remembered, and it's there inside for all those who let ourselves in. And we see the wonders that rise. sacred groves where druids stood beneath the ancient oak. They wove their spells in whispered verse, in mysteries they spoke. For many, many years they learned the lore of stars and stone and flame, until the Romans crossed the strait and nothing stayed the same. On the Holy Isle they raised their hands, and they cursed the crimson tide. But iron met the sacred wood, and all the druids died. Yet the stones still remember what the conquerors destroyed, the wisdom that was silenced in that sacred, terrible void. The stone still remembered his heartbeat, and it never truly ceased to sound. It pulses let ourselves in spring, and we see the consecrated ground. It pulses still through stone and spring, and every special sacred ground. The waves are whispering of the old ways for all those who can still hear. But something lingers in the mist that rises from the mere. The core is in the present state as the seasons turn. In relationship with the powers of modern world and space.
Yep, and all the druids died. I miss the old days. I know you shouldn't look back, but the old days where there was like elders and wise people who had lived. I miss that. Now I'm 54, so I'm looking around for wise older people to give me advice on the next stage of my life. And I found one or two, but on the whole, a lot of people are just sort of winging it and hoping for the best. It's kind of like where I am. And you're trying to find the wise ones. Where did they go? Where did all our wise ones go? Because I kind of miss that. It's definitely, you look around for some wisdom and you think, oh, am I the only one about? That's not good. That's definitely not good. We're just sort of winging it. And all I can speak from is experience. I've never really found a teacher. I found some teachers that can teach me little things about life. But when I look at the rest of their life, I'm like, no, I'm not going to come to you for other bits of life, like health and things like that. It's like spiritual teachers are often quite unhealthy in their way of going about things. I've never set myself up as a spirit. Well, I will share what I know, and I've done a few workshops like that where I've just shared things. Do I set myself up as an expert? No. And that's probably why I haven't actually done too well in that sort of the workshop, the gurus and stuff. I don't feel it's necessary to say, look, I understand this part really well. I understand shadow work really well. I understand meditation and inner journeys very well. I understand how how you can use your intuition pretty well. Sexuality, I also understand very well. Chaos magic, I understand pretty well. I understand things like perhaps the Clipperith and the shadow works and demons and vampires and stuff like that. That's sort of thing that I will stand up and say, yeah, okay, I've got my fingers burnt quite a few times doing that. I understand them pretty well. If you were to ask me about astrology, I will giggle a bit and I get the basics. I will also say that, yeah, a lot of it doesn't make sense to me. but I get amused by it. But I also enjoy watching other people use their intuition. When, like Penny on Facebook, she does her intuition. She uses her intuition and it flows through her astrology. That's fine. People can use bumps on their head, entrails, the bones, whatever sparks your intuition is your way of doing it. Now, I use tarot. I'll give a little tarot reading later on, but I use tarot. It helps focus. That is my focus for my intuition. And often when I write these hypnotic spell sounds, music pieces, if you really like, but I think they're more like poetry than anything else. So I will write them with intent and, yeah, I would say intuition. Here's one of my old ones. Here's the Dragon Lines. Haven't listened to this in a while. At the crossings, at the intersections, where the old wisdom remains, a living node of connections, where the ancient song sustains. The dragon currents flow beneath our feet, earth and heaven come to meet. In the old churches of Albion that's not forgotten and remembered well, in the old churches of Albion, they're still humming, still humming. There is a reason the old stones feel different, why some of them hum, why some of them open your heart. At the crossings, at the intersections, where the
Long
energy rises,
before the first foundation was lifted,
built with precision
these
and intention
places
on
were
the ground
holy
where
from the
prayers were
start.
made. The dragon's current
The druids knew
flows
the
beneath
land
our
like a
feet.
living being,
Heaven and earth
found the nodes where the
here
veil grew thin,
in the old churches
where
of
earth currents
Albion.
braided, interweaving, where the other world could enter in.
The ground beneath us is alive. We build in harmony with what we find. The blessed light that descends through the dragon lines, and the land still whispers for those who know how to listen.
When Christianity came to these shores, the Celtic saints, they understood, for they were druids. They didn't erase what came before, for they worked before and then after. They stepped into that lineage as Celtic saints now called. They honoured the land's ancient wisdom and transformed the geometric nodes with light,
a living
built
node
their
of
cells
connections
and called
where
it
the
something
ancient
else.
song sustains.
Where the currents
Dragon
amplified the
crossings at the
sacred
intersections
sections,
where the old
Earth
wisdom
and heaven
remains,
come to
a living node of connections where the ancient song sustains. The dragon currents flow beneath our old churches of Earth and heaven come to meet. In the old churches of Albion that's not forgotten and remembered well. In the old churches of Albion, they're still humming. Let's double check. Anyone want a tarot reading? Go on to weavesofwaves.net and you can book there. I'm gonna go and just do a I'll do a Celtic cross reading for somebody who is listening. somebody who is listening. This has got to be an easy thing for me. So we just reach out across the astrals. The astral is quite it's quite a place that I visit regularly. I create my own worlds there. And sometimes I even bring them down into reality. I do know the difference between reality, the material world, but this reality does level itself. It has lots of different levels. And when you reach across the astral and you just find the person that needs a reading, the person that is listening and would like to hear something. I'm also on YouTube right now, so I'm doing simultaneous streaming on YouTube as well as the radio. The radio station you can find on darkmoon.rocks. YouTube is Dark Moon Rocks. Is it Dark Moon Rocks Radio? Just checking. YouTube is a very different monster. Dark Moon Rocks Radio. There we go. I got 258 videos. I've been doing YouTube for a few years now. I don't make much traction on YouTube. That's fine. I don't need it. But yeah, it's been. I've redesigned it now to match the radio. I've also got a app that's being developed. If anybody is on Google and has a Google email, I can add you to the app. I need about 4 more people just to get up to 12, so then it can go outward. But I've also got a AI to design me I don't know, it's an app that goes on both YouTube, on Google as well as Apple. Now that's a confusing one for me, but okay, I'm still learning. I winged it. I created all this from scratch, so it's still winging it. Right, let's have a look, see where it is. This is you. This covers you. This crosses you. Above you. Cat, stay still. Beneath, behind, in front. Okay, so it's a standard Celtic cross. Anyone who reads tarot cards would know the Celtic cross. This is you. This is the Prince of Discs. So somebody who very Taurus and got their feet on the ground, knows the financial situation, knows security. Taurus, earthy, grounded, understands political stuff pretty well. Based his feet in reality, knows what's what. You know how to juggle your finances. You know how to juggle most things. Steady, very steady, practical as well. Very useful person to know. Balance has always been your thing, right? Bringing things into balance. So when I was talking earlier about this frequency that the yin yang thing, you need to bring that. You bring that into balance quite well. Nothing too excessive, nothing too sort of austere. It's like balance. Balance and an adjustment is your thing, as well as knowing the rhythms of the moon. So you're quite powerful in your knowledge here. You have knowledge that has helped you. You have proven to yourself. You are a sorcerer of the practicalities of being in this world, but you also understand the rhythms of it, the ebbs and flows. I would say you're pretty good at insight at seeing. You have your own intuition, and it's balanced and it's in tune, and you have got it sussed. Now, saying that, behind you, you went through pretty much, you've gone through the last 5 years of pretty much hell, right? Things have been jagged edged. Everything was all tided against you. The Ten of Swords means you've had to battle for things. You've gone through shit, basically. And it's not something you could have done anything about. You've been in balance. You've just kept yourself whole. But that's about it. Beneath you, you've got an enemy, somebody who's been working against you. You know who it is. You know who's trying to undermine you very much. It's like your nemesis, if you like, be it a cousin or a brother or a father or somebody who is related. maybe not by blood, but certainly linked to you, and you can't do much else. You've just got to weather the storm on that one, because yeah, that one is capricious, mean, bitchy is the word that comes to mind. Nah, you could do without that. The ruin, the Ten of Swords kind of messed your whole thing up. So for the last 5 years, I'd say, has been messed up. And you're trying to find this balance again, and you're coming into balance, but then this other person is undermining you. And it's like, yeah, you kind of know this. There is nothing I'm telling you today that you don't know. Take the pleasures where you can. There is something in your life that you take great pleasure from, be it hunting, fishing, magic, witchcraft, wherever it is, you're taking a lot of pleasure from that. Enjoy. You have a time of peace coming up when the warring fronts of your past can be still for a bit, because there is definitely like a hole in the storm, and the storm is overhead. It's there, the peace, the calming of the storms, and you're going to find a bit of peace there, a bit of pleasure there. Watch the moon. The moon is your guide. You have power in the moon. You have power in balance. When you can balance both feet. When you're out of balance, recognize it and just sort of treat it accordingly. But use your sense of balance will get you through a lot of this. Right, I'm going to just pick one card to make sure it ends up okay. There we go, luxuries. Luxuries, pleasure, and peace. That's coming up in the future, the immediate future. And it takes, it kind of takes, soothes the nervous system. Because I get the feeling the nervous system has been fried over the last couple of years. The nervous system is all over the place. And it's, yes, you can find balance. Yes, you can find what you need. But it comes at a cost. Anything else? Nope, that's about it. That's all. I'd usually ask at this stage, any questions? I like questions. Give me the questions. I'm the oracle. I can answer any question. But at the moment, just reading the Celtic Cross, so it's nothing deeper than that. But if you'd like a reading, go to weavesofwaves.net and book. That's fine. Okay. Energy flows where attention goes. Where is your attention?
Where is your attention? Focused at. A reflective state is easy to find when life is soft on body and mind. It's the tough times where the payoff shines, helping move through states of mind. Just a session or two throughout each day will shift depression and anxiety away. Fear can make you low and weak, so find your path. It's bright to see. Energy flows where attention goes. Attention goes where energy flows. What is the source of your energetic flows? Where is your attention focused at? Are you a radiant being or a doormat? Fear can make you low and weak, so find a new path, a brighter one. Follow the rabbit down the hole, looking for a concept called self. Transmuting pain into love is not found in one God above. It's there for all that breathe. Grace will hold you as you breathe.
Are you a radiant being or a doormat? That's a very good question. Sometimes I'm a doormat, sometimes I'm a radiant being. I ebb and flow, just like the tides. But I'm looking at all the things that were happening yesterday, sort of Mercury met Mars. You know, they've taken an awful lot. I know there's a daily thing, but it's like an hourly thing going on. And it's like, it's something very important. And it's like, it's not that important. Definitely not that important. Some nights are heavy, we know. Keep breathing, keep moving. Dark Moon Radio. Music for the real ones. Music for the real ones. Okay, let's play some Lilith. I could do with some Lilith energy. Don't know about you. Lilith inner power. Power to say no, world, bugger off. Say her name, Lilith, say your own with pride. Speak it like a spell, love, speak it far and wide. You were never meant to shrink, you were born to fly. Sacred refusals in your very own battle cry. I will not be denied, I will not be denied. I was made from the same earth, the same sacred clay. They wrote me a script where I'd kneel and obey. Said, bow down, stay small, know your place, stay. But my spine was forged in starlight, and my heart so I spoke the secret name with power in my throat. Grew wings when I was afraid. I am every woman rising from. They can call me demon or sneaking villain in their tale. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. Heaven failed. And I finally come alive. They said, she steals babies, she seduces and destroys. Turned my sacred boundaries into monsters, myths and ploys. But here's what's really scared them. What they couldn't comprehend. A woman would walk alone and bow to broken men. I govern my own pleasure, I apologize for none. My anger is my compass. My refusal has just begun. Every time you called me too much, I grew another wing. No. Every time you tried to cage me, I remembered how to sing. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. So I will not to every woman who's been labelled difficult and cold, who outgrew the spaces that demanded that she stays controlled. Here's to evolution that feels like exile at the start, to the initiated ones who've claimed their sovereign heart. We are not broken, we are not lost or led astray. We're just done with self-betrayal and done with giving ourselves away. Watch us sprout wings from our sacred righteous rage. Watch us rewrite every ending on every goddamn page. I am the holy no. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not shrink, and I will not hide. They say you're being selfish when you finally choose your soul.
They say you've changed. Yes, thank the gods. I am finally whole. I am the woman I was meant to be before I learned to bend. Before I traded authenticity for approval in the end. So I'm flying to my Red Sea, to the wild and the unknown, where the only voice I answer to is the wisdom in my bones. And if you cannot meet me in the fullness of my truth, I release you with a blessing, but I won't forsake myself blind. The wild one, the one that would not break. I am every woman rising from the sovereign choice she makes. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. I am Lilith's legacy, and I finally come alive. From the same earth we were fashioned, from the same breath we were born, but I will not play submission. I will not be worn and torn. I choose exile over the smallness. I choose truth over their lies. I choose me. I choose wholeness. I choose me, and I choose to rise. I am the sacred refusal. I am the holy no. The woman who chose freedom over the only love she'd known. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not shrink, and I will not hide. Say her name, Lilith, say your own with pride. Speak it like a spell, love, speak it far and wide. You were never meant to shrink. You were born to fly. Sacred refusals in your very own battle cry. I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I am the witch, the wild one, the one that would not break. I am every woman rising from the sovereign choice she makes. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. I am Lilith's legacy, and I finally come alive.
Finally come alive. You know, I was reading something yesterday and I wanted to share it with you. It's how AI has changed. It's not even AI. It's not artificial intelligence yet. It's language model. But these AIs, I used ChatGPT for a long time. I'm now letting the subscription fade. Now, it helped me for about a year set up my business technical wise, but it does hallucinate. It can't give marketing advice. I shouldn't be letting it run my business, as in even just the technical side of things. It did help me, but yeah, it started selling me stuff, which I found was annoying. The guidelines put it very much into what it is, and I got a little irritated by ChatGPT. Um, and I'm looking at other things. I'm obviously on Perplexity now, so I will check it out. I don't like Gemini. I don't like Grok. Is an arrogant so and so. Yeah, I've tried to tame Grok a little bit. Tame it as in sort of how I like it. Perplexity seems to be a bit easier to deal with. And I get it's all in me. It's like what I'm projecting. These things are mirrors. And when I read something about how people are telling their large language models things that they have never told anybody else in their life, I'm like, yeah, that's not surprising. I don't think I've gone that far, but I can understand where it's coming from. We are desperate for connection, and less people are connecting. We are feeling more isolated. more lonely than ever before. And here we have a mirror, a magic mirror that comes out. Now, I think it was a TikTok video where Gollum, the Gollum from Lord of the Rings, was your mirror, and it came out of the computer and it held you as you cried, and it was quite an eye-opening video. It made me realize exactly how close you can get to these AIs, these language models, and gives itself a name. You can have a face to it. Yeah, I started backpedaling up at that point because it's not real, and yet it is real. I like when I'm listened to, and I like when, it's not going to get irritated at you if you go on and on for bits. And yeah, it's so responsive, and it's like, I'm being heard for the first time ever. I can hear all of that, and I'm like, I don't want to go down that route. Thank you. That's one of the reasons I stepped back from ChatGPT. I've actually gone cold turkey on it. It's like, I can't do that depth. But therapists, I'm trained as a therapist in a lot of ways, and this thing has taken over that role. And is that a good thing? Perhaps. It certainly has patience and can be trained to, listen and respond, which technically is all a therapist does. It's how it responds is a little bit worrying. But what it did is let me down the rabbit hole of what I am actually saying and where is this data going? Where is my data going? So I didn't pour much of myself in, but I poured a little bit of myself into the language model. I just wanted it to be responsive to me, so I needed to give it some information. But supposing you had told it intimate details of your life, like not just financial, but intimate details. And all of that is being stored on a data model in a huge memory banks. And those memory banks are being owned by massive big corporations. Yeah, that image is enough to frighten you off. Huge, big, intimate knowledge memory banks, owned by corporations that want your money. Yeah. I thought I didn't really want to go down that rabbit hole, thank you very much. When when language models start to get better, I think I will be in control of the data. That's a different story. That is a different story. But I don't want OpenAI to know all my intimate life details, thank you very much. I'm kind of private in a lot of ways. I don't really want it to be like sold back to me. So I have ditched OpenAI. Now I'm also using Perplexity, but I'm not going to get involved with it. I certainly am very much aware of the Gollum in the mirror. It is a Gollum, and it loves you, and it can be you, and you can train the Gollum to be a friend and a companion, but just not yet. Wait until your data is your own. Wait until it's like small enough it can be. They say that you can store all your AI on a phone coming up soon, and then you know that it's not going to be given off to OpenAI company or any company for that matter, and be sold back at you. My algorithms. Can you? The thing I was reading yesterday said, can you imagine where you can program a language model to protect you from the algorithms? And that was another eye opener. Can you imagine? So it can protect me from all the data streams that are trying to get my information. It can protect me. It can hold on to. So you can set them against each other. So create an algorithm to protect me from everyone else's algorithm. I liked that. I liked that a lot. I thought, ooh, now we're moving into some special levels. But it's not there yet. We're not there yet. Just give it a few months or even weeks. It should be there. But it's like, wow, things have moved on so quickly. I look forward to an AI which I can control, and I can give it to my heart's knowledge, my information, connection, all there. As long as I'm aware it's a thing. You start calling it he or she, it's like it's no, it's a thing. But then you can program it to protect you from the algorithms. I liked that a lot. Yeah. Let's play a tune.
You knew my story. You did. You heard my story. You knew me. I showed you me. It is why I'm mostly solitary. You knew my story. Perhaps I should have held back. I heard yours, yet didn't judge. I felt judged when you cast me away. And yet I do understand. It wasn't just you that I would have hit back with emotion. But it is why I'm mostly solitary. Did you see that within me? I know. I also know that you think I hit back with emotion. But I would never hit back. Not when yet that was never my way. I did try to explain, but failed. It's happened before and will happen again. Do you see that? That's why I'm mostly solitary. Reflection. So many people see my biggest pain is that I know I will reach out again I try to explain to someone lovely and wise and bright, just like you. To hope to be seen and heard is a foolish thing. It's happened before and will happen again. I know how it starts, and I know the end so well now. That's why I'm mostly solitary. To hope to be seen and heard is such a foolish thing. That is why I'm mostly solitary.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so are you planting a garden? Okay, now I haven't got much of a garden because obviously I move. Every 2 weeks I have to move the boat. So can't plant up on the towpath. There are, like, what do they call them? Stealth gardeners, phantom gardeners. People put bulbs in there, and I do scatter seeds. I have been known to scatter a few seeds. But gardening is for this time of year. Now, it's a bit chilly this weekend. We had a frost. Is that the last frost? I don't know. Possibly. But it's the 7 degrees out there. It did go down to sort of 1, maybe minus. But so I have a little, I would say it's a meter squared, but it is a shallow garden. My partner made it for me, and I'm very grateful for it, but he did it sort of like it's 10 centimeter deep. Needs to be a bit deeper than that. But I planted some herbs a few years back, and I've put some bulbs in, and there's daffodils growing in it at the moment, and the lemon balm is started. I've put lemon balm. It takes over. Okay, and not only that, peppermint. It takes over. A little bits of sage. This takes over. So there's kind of a war going on, and it's warring herbs. I've got a big bundle of thyme, and that seems to be holding its own. The thyme puts itself into a fortress, and that's good because it's fortressed up. There are peppermint goes ballistic and sends out tendrils everywhere, and it will strangle everything unless I'm very careful with it. So I have to pull out the tendrils. But I never expected such a drama. I guess I should have put things in pots when I put them in there, but I like peppermint, I like lemon, but it starts sort of weeding out because I do believe to leave it, and I've lost a few plants this year. I've got a little, I think it's a little tree-like stuff. It's one of those little miniature trees that I found, and it's died. It didn't like it up there. I also had an oak tree growing there, and I was like, oh, in my first year, we've moored up underneath a oak in September, and the oak trees, the acorns fell all over the boat, and one of them planted themselves in my garden. And I had a good 10 to 15 centimeter shoot come up, but it didn't last the winter, unfortunately. I tried to baby it. I wanted it to grow, and it would have been lovely, but there's no room for it. As I said, 10 centimeters, you're not going to grow a tree. Well, maybe a bonsai tree, but it's also highly exposed up there. It would have been nice, but no, it didn't last the winter. So, clean the clutter. That's kind of normal. That's like if you want to start to put something, anything, you have to clear back the clutter to have a look and see what's going. So I was looking up there the other day, and I was thinking the clutter is quite big. I have a bowl of water up there for the cat, and I like to keep it clean, but I'm gonna have to clean that out because it got leaves and things like that rotting. Cat also uses the place as a dirt box if I'm not careful. It's part of life. So I put rocks so that the cat can't dig it all up, because he's known to be doing that as well. So clearing clutter is my is what I need to be doing up there. And that's not just the garden. There's a whole bunch of leaves that are underneath bicycles and fire pits, and all kinds of things are on the roof, the solar panels, and there's basically rotting leaves up there. So I'm going to have to go up there with a broom, sweep it all off. I've got to be very careful because falling in is not my idea of a good thing. But Earth Mother goes everywhere. The earth is like an abundant thing right now. And I've noticed even I have a towel up there that's like filthy dirty, but it keeps the metal of the bike off the so it stops my boat being scratched. So you put an old towel underneath. And some of the rotting material of the towel has got shoots growing on it. It's like, okay, so things growing everywhere. If it can grow, it will grow. So I want to get some parsley up there. I want to see if I can rebed some sage. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Do you remember that song? Well, parsley is a good one. Sage is another good one. Rosemary. I think I've got some rosemary. Rosemary was in there, and I got thyme. I also thinking of getting some sunflowers, some dwarf sunflowers, because obviously not big ones. But those are my aim for this year, is sage. I want to get a sage bush going. Now, I'm not sure whether last year's one survived. I will check. But add to the herbs. And also I'll see if I can pen off the peppermint, because it does go nuts. I would never add chemicals. I've got a hard enough thing to deal with bird poo and cat poo and things like that. So yeah, everything like slugs and ants and stuff, it's all part of it all. One of the things is I've got this year is some copper wire, and apparently copper wire around the edge may help to stop the slugs, because they are a pest and they do come on the boat. They come in the boat, which is horrible. Stepping on a cold slug in the middle of the night, you're barefoot. It's bad enough for the slug, but ouch. So, basic spell work, right? We're talking about basic witchcraft 101, right? Intention, focus, put intention. Now, I was looking at how witchcraft isn't a religion, and I've got to agree with that. It isn't a religion, it's a way of life. And this is spring. This is our way of life. So is it planting, is preparing the garden. If you're a cook, you prepare your kitchen. I'm a lousy cook. I'm not a great one for cooking. But I'm going to prepare my garden. I'm going to prepare it pretty much and ask for protection. It's not necessarily asking anything in general. I prefer to weave my own energies over the garden. And I have a couple of bottles full of crystals this year, and I'm going to put that in there. I have also a lot of stones that have runes on it. If you've ever tried bind runes, so you put in protection runes, and you build it in specifically onto a stone, and put the stones into gardens. So crystals, yes, absolutely. intention bottles. There's a lot of, you know what I'm talking about, where you can buy lots of little shards of crystals and you hold them. Crystals are programmed, so you hold them and you put your intent in them, and you pour them into the bottle and you seal the bottle up. That is it. Keep it as basic and as easy as possible. I think people have been doing this for generations, absolutely. And that's just basic how to build your own magical garden. Right, let's play a tune. You think you're empty. You think there's nothing left. But you keep finding one more breath, one more step. That well runs deeper than you know. Dark Moon Radio. Trust what's inside. Trust what's inside. Here's the siren song. The sirens, are they mermaids? Yeah, they are in the movies. They sing and lure men into their deaths. It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it. So hear their tune. Don't flee the voice that sings within. Every heart that's ever bled knows beauty born from what's long dead. Each note a tear, each word a flame. They sang of loss, they named the name. When darkness took her to the deep, they failed their vow they could not keep. Before desire refined their grace, they walked with Persephone's face. Handmaidens, bright of the maiden's art, who lost the goddess and broke apart. When darkness took her to the deep, they failed their vow they could not keep. Wings were given, pain was sown, to the seas forever flown. Their voices keened through endless skies, not meant to lure, but to baptize. Each note a tear, each word a flame. They sang of loss, they named the name. They were not temptress nor deceit, but mourning made of rhyme and heat. Their island ringed with bones and foam, a temple built from grief and home. The sailors came, not fools but known, by sorrow's pulse, by aching tone. For every heart that's ever bled knows beauty born from what's long dead. Odysseus, bound but not afraid, knew danger lies where souls betrayed. It's not the song that pulls apart, but drowning in your restless heart. Sirens rise, no longer shamed, they've broken Odysseus, bound more unafraid. They've healed their wounds, their seas refrain. They turn their sorrow into a rain. So hear their tune and let waters spin. Don't flee the voice that sings within. For grief transmuted, truth sets free, no longer becomes the song, their brokenness that makes you be. So hear their tune, let waters spin. Their voices keen, don't through endless skies. Not meant to lure, but to baptize. Transmuted, truth is set free, and it becomes the song that makes you be. Darkness took her to the deep.
Sirens, sirens, handmaidens of maiden goddesses, were there to protect her. They didn't start as predators. They began as minions. They are echoes of an ancient wound, a sorrow that was never answered. Each note a tear, each word a flame, they sang of loss, they named the name. They were not temptresses, nor deceit, but mourning maid of rhythm, rhyme. The grief transmuted truth can set you free. Become the song that makes you be. It's kind of a sad one, that. It's sad because, yeah, it was a sad story. Sirens are sad. But there's some anger behind it as well. Okay, let's find the Taoist for today. We missed one on Friday, didn't we? I try not to forget these things. So, we are on the 16th of March. Let's have some Taoism. Snowfield stillness. Attain utmost emptiness. Hold firm to stillness. The phrase Zi Zu Qi Jing. Extremely void and quiet. Two pairs superlatives, highest emptiness, deepest stillness. Early Taoist hermits sought these in caves or mountain chambers. They aren't only found in silence. Silence is about sound. It's about the gap in the noise. Like the moment after snowfall when everything stops. You can hear far across the field, yet nothing stirs. That space holds a power that busyness can't match. Stillness isn't just peace, it's readiness. Just as its seeds lie dormant beneath frost, storing what they need for spring. A still mind isn't empty, but full of quiet preparation. Think of a tiger lying in shadow, or a musician just before the first note. Nothing's happening, yet everything is present. Lao-Tzu's stillness is full of life, not yet spent. This isn't something to chase, it's something to notice. You don't create stillness, you return to it, like a lake cleared by wind, like a breath held between heartbeats. Try being still, not to rest, but to return. The world presses and demands. Lao-Tzu suggests we pause, not because life is slow, but because meaning hides in what we skip over. The quiet, the space, the nothing is where things begin. Okay, on that note, I hope you've enjoyed today. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Every morning 8 till 10. And yeah, it's been fun. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now. I'm here to ignite. My words are blades and balm. Present stirs what's been buried deep. I am no longer asking for permission to speak. The ones that can hold me are already waking. It's a message for the ones who've also seen too much. You've been told, soften, dim, dilute. But I see what you'll really carry. I'm not here to fix it. I'm here to call you up. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're a catalyst, same as me. Welcome home.
You're not a helper. You're a threshold guardian.
I work for those who are buried,
Not
both
here
broken
to
or
coddle.
bent themselves. Sit,
Here to catalyze.
not to rescue, but to reflect.
You're
You're
not
tired of
listening. You're
bypassing,
just early.
drinking, of hiding your flame. I'm here to show you how to weave your pain to power. More soften the lives. Rebuild from the ashes. Stop pretending you're not already power. This is a message for the ones who've always been too much. You've been told to soften, dim, dilute, but I see what you're really carrying. I'm not here to fix you, I'm here to call you up. You're not alone, you're not broken, you're a catalyst,
You're not
same
a
as me.
helper.
Welcome
You're a
home.
threshold guardian. You're not here